did have legislative wins.
Sure,
and
he
that
didn't
is
talk about him that well, though. He couldn't talk about him. He wasn't campaigning
no. Wait, first of all, he did talk about them. Whether it broke through or not, he did. Tim, he did talk about.
I mean, he talked way less to the press than Donald Trump does. Way less. And he wasn't out there at all. He wasn't good off the cuff. He wasn't doing press conferences. Let's just be real. Like, he didn't do his paid events.
But Tim, that's not true. Tim, you're conflating all of it. That's what you're. No, you're telling me he didn't talk well about it. Then you're telling me he didn't talk at all.
He didn't do either. He didn't talk very often, and when he did, it wasn't very good. He sounded very old.
Maybe you weren't paying attention to what we were doing at the White House. But
I paid attention. I'm with you on the policies. I'm talking about his performance.
The president spoke to the American people a couple times a week.
Ladies and gentlemen, she's back. Karine Jean-Pierre is back out here getting cooked again. She's up to no good. She's still up to her old tricks because she's still out here being a radical left Democrat propagandist, still covering for Sleepy Joe. You just saw in the intro, she tries to claim that Joe Biden was out there just talking to people all the time. He wasn't hiding. Hiding where? He was out there just speaking to the people in the public, even though his polls were absolutely disastrous. Hell, the only way he even won is because people were too dumb to realize, hey, maybe if I don't hear from somebody, I shouldn't vote for him. Then when he started speaking is when his polls went down. Same thing for the cackling Kamala Harris. It was too embarrassing. It was too humiliating to support them openly anymore. It just was beyond embarrassing. To say that it was embarrassing is a drastic understatement. But she's back here again. I got to react to this CBS interview. I low-key love reacting to Karine Jean-Pierre videos because she's just so much of a dumb propagandist. People like Crockett, for example, are so annoying and so ghetto. It's like, I don't even really like making those videos because it's like, I don't even want to hear her voice because how obnoxious she is. Karine isn't quite as obnoxious, and she certainly doesn't get on TV and act ghetto. But there's one thing I know when I see it, and that is a radical left Democrat propagandist who doesn't know fact from fiction and reality from complete delusion. Let's go ahead and react to this.
By the way, guys, there's a new feature on YouTube where you can hype videos. So be sure to like the video, hype the video. It helps out a lot. Appreciate you.
Press secretary is here to explain her decision to leave the Democratic Party. Karine Jean-Pierre was a registered Democrat for 20 years. She served in the Obama and then the Biden administrations. And in 2022, she became the first black and openly LGBTQ person to be named White House press secretary, and she was in that role for years.
That's the only reason she was hired. If you ever want to get a good job, just be black and gay while Democrats are in office. Guaranteed victory.
Democrats failed to rally behind the president before he dropped his re-election bid. In her new book, Independent, it's an inside look at a broken White House outside the party lines. That is the subtitle, and Karine Jean-Pierre joins us now. Great to have you here.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Dale. Thank you, Nate. Thank you for having me.
So when this book landed on my desk and I saw a broken White House in the subtitle, I have to say, I thought you were going to say that try as you might to convince Joe Biden to drop out of the race, because what we were seeing is what you were seeing, and he was struggling, couldn't do it. I thought you were going to say you were angry at that, but mostly...
I did too.
What you said in this book is you're angry at the people who tried to push him out.
Yes, that's correct.
Some Americans are going to say, seriously?
But not just the party that pushed him out.
Hold on. Guys, imagine being angry at the people who are trying to help you. Sleepy Joe was not a winning candidate. It was clear as day, and you're frustrated at people for pointing that out. Like, that's what I'm saying. That's why I use terms like delusion, because it's beyond delusion. I don't even know what the hell to call this. I need some additional adjectives because crazy might be the word I gotta use.
But not just the party that pushed him out, the party as it's behaving today in this moment when we need a Democratic Party to be fighting, to be an opposition party. And that really what ignited
Are they not opposing enough? Like, they out here killing Republicans. They killed Charlie Kirk and shot at President Trump. How much more opposition you think they need?
But I want to pick up on what Tony was saying, because I too thought that. And you said, people said, why didn't members of his inner circle speak up about what many believe was the apparent decline of Joe Biden? And you said, you're a member of the inner circle and you never saw the decline. And after that I wrote,
Fool, slap yourself 3 times. Try to do it. Try to do it.
How? You even write, Karine, that you were on the plane with him going to the debate.
Ain't no way.
And you didn't see.
Full stop. That's where you stop listening to anything this woman has to say. Because ain't no way in hell you going to say you did not see Sleepy Joe's cognitive decline. Everybody could see it. You didn't have to see him every day. So if we saw, you know that she saw. They probably saw so much worse out of Sleepy Joe. And this is a big cover-up. You lose all respect when you just lie to people's face. I don't understand why other people don't understand that. You could be a doctor, an attorney, a professor. When you lie to people's face, their credentials and the position you hold doesn't matter anymore because people are like, damn, you must really think I'm stupid or something. Don't treat people like they're dumb, guys.
Line. And after that, I wrote, how? Yeah. You even write, Karine, that you were on the plane with him going to the debate and you didn't see anything.
Well, when we were on Air Force One going to the debate, you got to remember his campaign people were on the team, his family was on the team. I actually was one of those rare trips that I didn't really see him until after the debate, even though I was on the plane. So really, I want everybody to know that I take this question incredibly seriously. I do.
Cap.
I was his White House press secretary, which means I had a role that saw him practically every day and traveled with him.
And you saw nothing.
For more than 95%. We've always said, we're not going to say, oh, he didn't age. He aged. And he poked fun at it. We always owned up. And with age comes what happens when you get older.
Which is?
When we talk about the mental acuity.
Yeah, the word we're looking for is decline. She's not going to admit it, guys. Like, just give it up. She's been a propagandist for years. I don't know where she learned it from, but she learned well, and she's sticking to her cover story. I mean, I do think that people would respect her a lot more if she told the truth, but when they just know you're just a bold-faced liar out here, you're not going to get respect, and I would honestly be shocked if she gets hired anywhere. Wasn't she rejected from MSNBC or The View or something like that? I can't remember which one of them it was, but damn, that's humiliating. They're like, look, you too much of a propagandist even for us.
Right about the people within the party pushing him out. Some would describe those people fighting for a replacement candidate is fighting, but you also describe this current state of the Democratic Party as too timid. And what can the Democratic Party do to get out?
They wanted basically the Democrats to die on this sinking ship. For whatever reason, they thought the great strategy was just, hey, let's just gaslight the hell out of Americans because they're too stupid to think otherwise. See, that's the difference between the modern day Democrats and modern day Republicans. Is the Democrats think that you're stupid as hell. The Republicans don't. It's really that simple.
Yeah.
They feel as if the Democratic Party is acting as it is normal times, and they are relinquishing their power.
Will you create a new party? Is that what you're angling for?
Wait a minute. What do you mean they're relinquishing their power? Didn't they lose the election? They lost the presidency. They lost the House. They lost the Senate. They even lost the Supreme Court. They don't really have no power right now except to shut down the government, I guess. So, and they're sure as hell exercising that. But besides that, what do you mean they're relinquishing their power? That sounds awfully insurrection-y to me.
Was the only person who had beaten
Donald Trump? Clearly having problems, right? I mean, lots and lots and lots of people who were just watching him on video, let alone meeting him, had reported on that. Have you reflected on why there's this big disconnect between the millions of Americans at home who were watching him and said, I don't know if he's all there, and you saying behind the scenes, wow, he was there?
So a couple of things. We were always honest. You couldn't hide the fact that he was aging, right? And we saw that there were moments where it showed that he was no one is denying that, and he would poke fun at that. And he said it was a horrible debate, terrible debate. He has spoken about it. I have spoken about it at the podium. I think I said this to you at the 8 o'clock hour, to you and the other anchors.
Yeah, for anyone who remembers, she said that he had a bad night. She said that, well, normally I've never seen him like that. You really believe that?
With you.
What's the disconnect here then? Like, is the country just ageist? Because millions of Americans didn't think he was up to it, but you're saying there was nothing there.
Well, I'm someone.
No problem.
I think the difference is I saw him every day.
Okay.
I did. I saw him every single day and had a first account of the president that I understood and I knew to have cared about this country, understand policy, understand history, and be able to have, again, objectively a very successful couple of years of his first term.
This is Guys, I can't take this no more. Karine Jean-Pierre, you can take the propagandists out of the woke White House, but you can't take the wokeness out of the propagandists. This is just totally ridiculous, guys. Like, I want the freaking few minutes of my life back from listening to this lady. So again, not like just ghetto and just crazy and just outlandish and just straight up playing in your face, quite as bad as Jasmine Crockett, but playing in your face in a different way, because Karine, I would argue, questions your intelligence as an American much more than Jasmine Crockett. So I don't know who's more annoying, the ghetto hood rat. Y'all let me know who's more ghetto, Jasmine Crockett for being just ghetto and obnoxious, or Karine Jean-Pierre for playing in your face, because the amount of gaslighting here, like, I've just never seen anything like it. And I forgot how freaking annoying it is to listen to this lady, but I'm over it at this point. Let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
She really disgraced herself. She's made herself almost unemployable. That's just obvious here in DC. I mean, the level now, the reckoning that's happened with Biden being allowed to, like media not criticizing him, other prominent Democrats not criticizing him. There's been at least somewhat of a reckoning over that, which is really bad for Karine Jean-Pierre, because she's the one who went out and put a bright smiling face on the Biden administration every day for years as the president was ailing behind closed doors. So she is basically unemployable.